And we are live. It is Freedom Friday, which means it's time for the Freedom Friday Livestream. We come to you every Friday at about 9:30 a.m. I just realized that I had actually scheduled this for 9:30 p.m., but here I am a little bit early. But if you regularly join us here on Friday mornings, you know the correct time that we would be here. I am so grateful you are joining us today. How y'all doing today? I want to express my gratitude to you, whether you're joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're joining us from. Please, please, please jump in. If you regularly join us here on Friday mornings, you know the drill. Share your name, your city, your state, your town, your country, your continent, where in the world you're joining us from. And also, share at least one thing for which you are grateful today. Begin Friday with a sense of gratitude. Hell, begin every single day with a sense of gratitude. Let's end this week with a sense of gratitude. It's not just a cliche that gratitude is the best attitude. If you start your day with gratitude, that leads to abundance instead of scarcity. And when you have a scarcity mindset, the world is out to get you. The world consists of a finite pie, and we're all fighting over those three slices, when in reality, we can use our creative minds. We've proven it throughout history. The pie is not finite. We create a bigger pie. We bake more pies. That relies on you having an abundance mindset, realizing that you are a quantum creator. You can create whatever you want through your creative mind. So thank you for joining us here today. Give you a dose of energy here on Friday, a big dose of freedom. Whether you're joining us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, jump in, share your name, your city, your state, your town. Don't just be a lurker. Let us know if you are watching us. I'll go throughout this and give you all shouts out. We got a number of people joining us. Michelle from London. Hello, Michelle. I love London. Can't wait to get there. We were just there in December. Grateful for being alive and healthy. That's a great place to start. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And as you join us, listen, we are going to have people joining us over the next half hour from around the world. Now more than ever, it's important to realize what connects us together as humans, whether you're in India, London, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. We have people join us from across the world every single Friday. It is wonderful that we're able to, while we're physically distancing, not socially distancing. At this time in which our governments have told us to stay home, it's important not to socially distance. That is a horrible term. We can physically distance, but be socially together. Now more than ever, it's time to realize that humanity is connected across the globe. So thank you so much for joining us today. Again, as you join us, let us know your name, your city, your state, your town, where in the world you're joining us from. One thing you're grateful for today on this Friday morning. Let's end the week with gratitude. Let's start today with gratitude in every single day. I challenge you. I'm going to give you three challenges this morning in terms of gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, first thing, it's easy to wake up in the morning and think about all this shit you got to do in that day, all the stuff you don't want to do. And you know what? That story you tell yourself in the morning, when you wake up and you're like, oh, I got to do that call, I got to have this meeting, I got to do this work, whatever it is, you set yourself up for scarcity. You set yourself up for negativity right off the bat. Instead, as soon as you wake up in the morning, before maybe you even open your eyes, I want you to ask yourself two questions. What's awesome about today? And what will make today even more awesome? You start the day with a sense of abundance, a sense of gratitude. Yes, there might be some things that could be more awesome, but focus on it, reframe it. Instead of saying, I don't want to do these things, say, what could make today even more awesome? What's awesome about today? Start with the fact that you are above ground instead of 6 feet under, right here, right now, in the present. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't worry and fret about the future. Right now, right here and right now, what is awesome about today? So you ask yourself those two questions every morning. Before you go to bed, first thing you do, before your head hits the pillow, have a little notebook, put it right next to your bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for from the day that just ended, and then 3 things you achieve. Pair gratitude with action. You know why? Because too many people use gratitude as an excuse for guilt and stagnation. They look at gratitude solely as other people have it worse than me, and so therefore I feel guilty for wanting more. Here's a little something I want to leave you with this morning. Don't you ever, ever feel guilty about wanting more in your life. There are people called scarcity pimps all around you. Maybe they're family, maybe they're friends, maybe they're people who think they have your best interests at heart. They will make you feel guilty for wanting more. How could you want more in your life? There's people who have it worse than you. Those scarcity pimps are the people in your life who, when you go on vacation, when you hit it well, when you get a good job, they say, oh, must be nice. You must be lucky. You know what? Those people are marinating in their soup of misery and scarcity. Let them do it. Limit your visibility to them. Limit your interaction with them. Focus on abundance. Because yes, there are always people who are going to have it worse than you. Guess what? If you're watching this online, on your smartphone, on any piece of technology, you have it better off than 95%, at least 95% of the rest of the world. There are always going to be people in the world that are worse off than you. Solely focusing on them is not gratitude. Gratitude is a launching pad for abundance. Gratitude is, listen, I'm happy for the right here and right now. My family, my health, the sun is shining today. I am alive today. That's gratitude. And then you use it for a launching pad to say, how can I get more? How can I make this world a better place? How can I have an impact on the world, on my fellow humans? Because when I say wanting more, don't feel guilty about wanting more. That more isn't just cheap frivolities. Isn't just meaningless stuff. It isn't just things. And you know what? It isn't just a piece of paper we call money. You can be grateful for earning money, but realize, look at money as a different way than just you hoard it and you hope you have enough in the bank that if you make it to age 65, then you'll enjoy life. Look at money as pure energy. Look at money as a receipt for the value you provide someone else, because in the free market, that's what it's all about. Value for value exchange. Use gratitude as a launching pad to providing more value to people around you, more value to yourself. So start the day with gratitude. Start each and every day with gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, what's awesome about today? What will make today even more awesome? End your day by writing 3 things you're grateful for and 3 things you achieved in the day. Pair gratitude with action. Do not use gratitude as an excuse for guilt and stagnation. So we always begin the show with gratitude. As you join us, I'm grateful again, whether you're joining us on LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you for joining us. Please jump in. Let us know your name, your city, your state, your town, your country, your continent, where in the world you're joining us from. Let's build this global community. And let us know at least one thing. You can let us know more that you are grateful for today. Michelle from London has already given us a shout out. She's grateful for being alive and healthy. We got Hossam from New Jersey, grateful for the blessings of having my family who are healthy and sane during these tough times. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, jump in. Let us know what you're grateful for today. We have a number of people joining us from around the world. We got Hossam from New Jersey. We got Michelle from London. Where are you joining us from? Don't just be a lurker. Jump in. So today, I want to focus. I think I messed up, actually, the graphic that I have on the screen, but that's fine. The first topic I want to talk today is about your power. In these turbulent times, you have power. You have the power to choose. And if you go to freedommedianetwork.com, there is a story there of my interview with Marcus Aurelius Anderson. Now, Marcus, at age 38, got an age waiver to enter the U.S. Army. While he was training to deploy, broke his back twice. Broke his back and died twice on the operating table, was paralyzed for a year. And during that time, he had little to do but marinate in his misery. He went to dark places. As he told me, he contemplated suicide, but couldn't even do that because he couldn't move. It forced him to deal with his adversity, to deal with his darkness. He actually became grateful for his adversity. Now he's a mindset coach. He made a physical and a mental recovery. He helps others to find the gift in their adversity. And he shares a lesson in that story if you go to freedommedianetwork.com right now. And he urges you to deal with that adversity head on by realizing one thing: no matter how tough the circumstance, no matter the challenges you're facing right now, no matter your fear and anxiety, you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose. Listen, if you experience fear and anxiety, that's normal. That's a normal first reaction. It's the same reaction that wild animals have. The cortisol courses through your veins. You have that fight, flight, or freeze response. That's natural. But guess what? If you allow that fight, flight, or freeze response, if you allow the fear and anxiety to grip you long term, that is your choice. Your initial fear, your initial reaction is normal. But what happens next is your choice. And as Marcus says, and he's absolutely correct, go to freedommedianetwork.com, read this story. In any circumstance, no matter how tough, no matter how challenging, you have the power to choose to focus on what you can control. You have the power to choose to focus on what you can control. Listen, if you are someone who stares like a zombie at the news all day, the cable news, if you're someone who stares at Twitter and Facebook all day and you whip yourself up into a frenzy, not just fear and anxiety, but oh my gosh, you're so angry by what Trump said or did. You're so angry by what Pelosi said or did. Guess what? It's your fault. You may disagree with me. You may say, Kurt, you're an asshole. That's fine. You getting angry by other people and what they say and do is your fault. Why? Because the common denominator is that you are always there watching Trump speeches. You are always there watching Rachel Maddow getting you fired up. You are always there watching Sean Hannity get you angry about something Pelosi did. It's your fault. And right now, fear and anxiety is your worst friend. It is your enemy. Why? Fear and anxiety lowers your immunity. But fear and anxiety also takes your eye off the ball of the outcomes you need to achieve. And yes, we may be headed toward a Great Depression. Yes, people are dying out there. Whether you agree with the lockdown or don't agree with the lockdown, guess what? You and I don't make policy. So you can get yourself whipped up into a frenzy about what your governor's doing, what the president is doing, what some governor in another state is doing, what someone in another country is doing. Guess what? You can't control it. So knock it off. If you get upset, if you have that fear and anxiety, it's normal. That initial response is normal. But what happens after that is entirely up to you. So I challenge you today, stop focusing on all the things you can't control, because the things you can't control in life, in this world, far vastly outnumber the things you can control. And if you keep focusing on the bullshit that is outside of your control, and you get fearful and anxious and angry and upset, and you try to bring other people down with you, guess what? You have turned yourself into a scarcity pimp. And that anger and that fear you feel long-term is your fault. You have made yourself into a slave of other people's mindset, words, and actions. And I know you're better than that. Do you want to be a slave? If not, put down the smartphone. Go read a book. Go take a walk. Because I got to ask you something. If you're not focusing on your outcomes, if you're not focusing on, for instance, getting yourself in better shape, becoming healthier, I got to ask you, is Trump and Pelosi, are they in your living room force feeding you junk food? Are Trump and Pelosi in your living room preventing you from going to the gym? No, if not, it's your fault right now that you're not bettering your lifestyle. That may be a hard pill to swallow. Some people need a hard pill right now. You need a pattern interrupt to shake you out of the fear and anxiety that has gripped you for the past month. My wife ran into someone yesterday who has a business that relies on home visits. Now, we're a month into this. He said, I just don't know what I'm going to do. With all due respect, that is a absolutely fair response at first. But it's unacceptable moving forward. We were endowed by our Creator with creative minds. And right now and always, humanity's greatest weapon has been our imagination, has been our creative minds. If you are failing to tap your creative mind because you are focusing on the things you can't control, that is on you. If you are just sucking your thumb and going in the corner and hoping that government will save you, that some angel in your state capital or Washington, D.C. will come to save you, that's on you when it doesn't happen. No one is coming to save you. That's why right now we have to build our sense of personal responsibility. We have to start unleashing our critical thinking and our creative minds. We have to build a sense of community like we're doing right here with this show. It's up to us. It's not up to the angels that don't exist in our state capitals and government. It is up to us. And that has been proven quite clearly over the last month. So you can get yourself whipped into a frenzy about what some politician did or didn't do 2 months ago. What good does that do you? You can get yourself whipped into a frenzy about what some asshole in your town put on Facebook earlier today. You can get yourself whipped into a frenzy by what some politician says today or tomorrow or said yesterday. How is that helping you? Answer is, it is not. Fear and anxiety is a normal response at first, but what happens after that is up to you. And you have the power to choose to focus on what you can control. Check out my interview with Marcus Aurelius Anderson. Go to freedommedianetwork.com. It's right there. So before we move on to the next topic, I want to give a shout out to everyone joining us today on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. I'm grateful for you joining us. As you join us, jump in. Let us know your name, your city, your state, your town, where in the world you're joining us from, and one thing for which you are grateful today. On Facebook, Reeve Conover from Charleston. This week, I'm grateful that I've been able to help complete strangers through this mess this past week. Reeve, that's awesome, and thank you. Thank you for helping other people. There's one thing we can focus on right now and choose to do, and that's helping other people, because when you help other people, not only are you making an impact, you're finding a sense of purpose in turbulent times. Listen, we're all in this together. I posted on Twitter yesterday, we could be headed toward a Great Depression. How does that make you feel? When I hear that, I feel a little drop in my stomach. Again, that response, that initial response is normal. We have it. It's innate. Wild animals have it as well. But what wild animals can't do is make that choice to pull themselves out of that quagmire of fear and anxiety and start focusing on what they can control. Reeve, you can control helping other people, even complete strangers, through this mess. So thank you, Reeve, for sharing that. Anyone on Twitter, give us a shout out. We have a number of people joining us over on LinkedIn. Let me give them a shout right now. Again, I'm grateful you join us. As you join us, don't just be a lurker. Hop in, share your name, your city, your state, your town, your country, your continent, where in the world you're joining us from. We got Tio Hardiman joining us, president of Violence Interrupters. Tio, where are you joining us from? Please let us know. And Tio, let us know what you're grateful for today. Ben Cross, you had me at Scarcity Pimps. Yeah. And I challenge everyone listening, not only to identify the scarcity pimps in your life, the people who think that humanity, that life, that society is all one finite pie and we're all fighting over 3 slices. I challenge you to identify those people in your life who are scarcity pimps and limit your interaction with them. But I want you to think clearly. I want you to think hard. Are you a scarcity pimp? Do you look at life solely as, hey, that person has prosperity, therefore that person is taking away from me? If that's your mindset, you're a scarcity pimp and you need to reprogram yourself for abundance. And by the way, if you want to reprogram yourself for abundance, text Freedom Club to 55678. Learn how you can join the Freedom Club community, which is a virtual learning community of superheroes just like you, growing professionally and personally in the abundance mindset. You get access to all my training videos and content, my branding accelerator, my gratitude accelerator, my freedom lifestyle course. Text Freedom Club to 55678 right now. Just take out your cell phone, your smartphone, text it. You can learn more information. Tio, where are you joining us from? Osam from New Jersey. We've got Michelle from London. Ben Cross, you have a Scarcity Pimps. Ben, where are you joining us from? We got Kaj, Rissler. This is very fitting to Kurt's topic. Kaj, where are you joining us from? As you join us again, I am grateful you're joining us here. Let us know where you're joining us from. Now, topic number 2. Again, I challenge you to go to freedommedianetwork.com right now and read the story about Adam Gorlitsky. Now, in 2005, Adam was paralyzed, fell asleep at the wheel driving home from college late one night, fell asleep at the wheel, got in a car accident, found himself paralyzed from the waist down. Now, if you watch the full interview, which is available at freedommedianetwork.com, you may be amazed at the gratitude that Adam expresses. You know, Adam takes personal responsibility for his accident. He said, listen, I fell asleep. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. That's on me. And he said, that probably helped me deal with what happened more so than some other people who may have been killed by a drunk driver or something like that. He said, this was on me. He takes responsibility and moves on, and he has gratitude. And in that story that right now is at freedommedianetwork.com, right on the homepage, read about how Adam has extreme gratitude because 10 years after his accident, Adam was introduced to a robotic exoskeleton, put it on, and his first thought was, I'm going to do the Cooper River Bridge Run, which is here in Charleston. It's a 10K, attracts 40,000 participants. And a few months later, he completed that bridge run. About 4 years later, he's completed 50 road races and set a marathon world record in a robotic exoskeleton. Gratitude is oozing from this man. An abundance mindset is oozing from him. Not only is he using his robotic exoskeleton, not only has he found a gift in his adversity of being paralyzed from the waist down, he's running these races to raise awareness and money to help re-enable other athletes, other paralyzed athletes to do what he's doing. Again, in a robotic exoskeleton, is enabling him, re-enabling him, as he said. He's paralyzed from the waist down. He is a marathon world record holder. Now, he was going to film production school, and so he's using his love of storytelling, pairing it with the gift of this robotic exoskeleton to run road races to raise money to make an impact on the world. Remember, earlier today, I talked about making an impact on the world allows you that sense of gratitude, allows you that sense of purpose. He is doing it paralyzed from the waist down. He found gratitude. He found abundance in his adversity. Can you do the same right now? That is your challenge. So go to freedommedianetwork.com. Look at that story about Adam Gorlitsky. Check that out. Now, I have the third topic here, which wasn't supposed to be this, but again, I'm going to highlight it. Go to freedommedianetwork.com. Watch my interview with Dr. Joe Vitale, world-renowned speaker, star of the movie The Secret, author of more than 70 books, and learn about Ho'oponopono. It's the ancient Hawaiian art of healing and forgiveness. It's absolutely amazing. It came to Dr. Joe's attention when he read the story of a therapist in Hawaii who had healed an entire ward of criminals who had mental illness, healed them by healing himself first. Sounds too good to be true? Sounds crazy? FreedomMediaNetwork.com. All the topics today are based on interviews that I've done and stories I've done on FreedomMediaNetwork.com. I urge you, I challenge you, I implore you, I invite you, go to FreedomMediaNetwork.com, check out the amazing content we have there. I launched Freedom Media Network earlier this year. We have over 100,000 video views already of our content. We have amazing stories featuring interviews with superheroes like Dr. Joe Vitale, Marcus Aurelius Anderson, J.V. Crum, Adam Gorlitsky, Randy Gage, many, many more. We're adding to it every week. The purpose, the mission of FreedomMediaNetwork.com is to provide the world's leading source of positive news and content designed to spur critical thinking that empowers prosperity, abundance, and freedom. Go to FreedomMediaNetwork.com right now. And by the way, if you want to join a community of superheroes, and right now community is so important, I'm going to leave you with this challenge today. Grab your smartphone, text Freedom Club to 55678 and learn how you can join the Freedom Club community. How many of you right now will text Freedom Club to 55678 and join Freedom Club community? I challenge 5 of you right now to do it. It's only $29.99 a month. It's a virtual learning community. And right now you have some extra time on your hands. You have the ability to invest in yourself professionally and personally. All the freedom videos and trainings and content that I have in the community over the past several years, if you attended this live, thousands of dollars. You can get it for less than $30 a month. Not only do you get access to the Freedom Vault, which is the growing encyclopedia of all my training videos and content, you also join a private community of superheroes who are all supportive and growing. Right now, community is so important. Reeve, who has joined us here, is joining us live. He's a member. I challenge you to be a member right now. That is your challenge right now. Text Freedom Club to 55678. Jump in the Freedom Club community today. And right now, by the way, I have 8 spots left. If you join, the first 8 who joined by my birthday, I turn 45 next Wednesday, will get a free hardcover signed copy of my book if you're here in the United States. So I challenge you, join today. Text Freedom Club to 55678. We got Jordan joining us. Hello, Jordan. Thank you joining us on Twitter. If you are joining us, whether you're joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're joining us from, welcome. Jump in. Even if you're joining the replay of this later today or tomorrow, let us know your name, your city, your state, your town, where in the world you're joining us from, your country, your continent. Let's grow this global community and let us know one thing you're grateful for today. We got Tio joining us. We got Michelle from London. We got Ben Cross. We got Hossam from New Jersey. We got Kaj joining us. We got Mark Stern from New York City. We got Jordan from California joining us over on Twitter. Reeve on Facebook. I'm going to stick around here for a little bit to answer your questions. What questions you have for me? Again, if you're joining us, let us know where you're joining us from. So grateful you're sharing some time with us today. Again, the topics I covered today, topics you see on the screen, go to freedommedianetwork.com. Read the stories about them. Read the stories. My interview with Marcus Aurelius Anderson. Discuss how he found the gift in the adversity of being paralyzed for a year. How could you find a gift in that adversity? And watch Marcus and listen to Marcus and read about Marcus talking about how you can focus. You have the power to choose to focus on what you can control in any situation. Then go over and read my interview with Adam Gorlitsky, paralyzed from a car accident from the neck down in 2005. He just set a marathon world record wearing a robotic exoskeleton suit. You want to pick me up? You know what? Ditch the news. Ditch the political news. Ditch the news about COVID-19. You don't need to know about every chart and every graph right now. That is bringing you down. It's hurting your energy. Read some positive news. Go to freedommedianetwork.com. Get inspiration from Adam Gorlitsky, the robotic exoskeleton marathon racer who has empowered himself, found gratitude. He's making an impact on the world. Go over there, read my interview with Dr. Joe Vitale. Find out how you can heal and forgive yourself through the ancient Hawaiian art of Ho'oponopono. And I challenge you right now. Which 5 of you right now watching, whether you're watching live or the replay, will text Freedom Club to 55678 right now and join the Freedom Club community. The first 8 who do so by next Wednesday will get a hardcover signed copy of my book. I want you in the Freedom Club community. It's a community of superheroes just like you, growing professionally and personally. And you get access to the Freedom Vault, which is the growing encyclopedia of every single one of my training videos and content. If you had attended those live, you would have paid thousands of dollars for them. Join the Freedom Club community right now. That is your challenge. And one more time before I go, I'm going to go give a shout out to everyone joining us. I'm so grateful you shared this morning, this part of your morning with us. Might not be your morning. Michelle, you're in London. Might be almost afternoon or about noon. Thank you to Hassam. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Mark. Thank you to Michelle. Thank you to Tio. Thank you to Kaj. Thank you to Jordan. Thank you to Reeve for joining us today. I appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you with this message. Well, 2 questions. What's awesome today? What's awesome about today? What's awesome about right now? Start with the fact that you are above ground instead of 6 feet under. And what will make today even more awesome? Share what you are grateful for in this post. Finish the week with gratitude. Start every day with gratitude. End every day with gratitude. Sean Shrum just wrote a good morning, Kurt. Hope you and your family are doing well. I only watch about 30 minutes of news a day. Exactly, Sean. Know what you need to know. Don't put your head in the sand, but don't let that negativity bring you down. Listen, if you are somehow surprised that politicians are morons, then you haven't been paying attention for your entire life. Morons are going to be morons. Accept it. Let them do your thing. Know what you need to do to focus on your outcomes. Sherry Reeder from California, thank you so much, Sherry, for joining us. Sherry, what are you grateful for today? I appreciate you all joining us. Listen, if you want to join a community of superheroes and learn how to grow professionally and personally, I challenge you right now. Text Freedom Club to 55678. I'm grateful for everyone who has joined us this morning for Freedom Friday. Thank you for joining us on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, wherever you're joining us from. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Cherie. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Reeve, for joining us. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for Tio. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Kaj. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it all, and I hope you have a rest of today and a weekend in which you are present mentally and physically with your friends, your family, and yourself. Well, maybe not physically, right, in this age of physical distancing, but don't be distant socially from everyone. We are a global community here of humanity. How can you make an impact on yourself, on others, on the ones you love, to find that sense of gratitude every single day? Thank you so much for joining. My name is Kurt Mercadante. This has been the Freedom Friday Livestream. Thank you.